Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's go. Big things today. Let's go, fam. LTA, baby. Yes. All right. Welcome back, fam, to my channel, right? Representing the one and only LTA concepts in the making, innovating, executing on a day-to-day basis with the fam. Very proud of you guys. We're in the trading floor. Everyone is active. Everyone is ready to rock and roll today. I think so. Big shout out to you guys for being here today. We had an amazing London session. Let's kill it now in New York. Yesterday we had some fun, fam. Yesterday we were kind of having some fun, playing around a little bit. We knew it was the bank holiday, putting a couple of scalps, watch some videos. But today is gonna be a serious day. All right, today is the day where we have to step up our game because gold is at a pivotal moment. This is gonna be a maker or breaker for gold today. All right, I can see it, I can feel it. I have the confluences. We're gonna talk about it here. So it's gonna be a serious session. Hope you guys are ready. If you're ready for a little bit more serious, at least as serious as we can get it, okay? Then press a yes in the chat. All right, let's make it happen. In the meantime, let me see what we have with us today here. Let's smash up that like button as well. Let's get it over with. So it's done. It's good that you're here already. Beautifully. We have news in a couple minutes also already. But no, this is going to be serious, fam. We have some serious things to discuss today in regards to gold because this is going to be a pivotal moment. Either a maker or a breaker, okay? And I'm going to talk about the confluence that I have gathered for you today. And it's no joke. It's no joke. It's serious stuff, okay? Ahmed, Mike, GG. GG is back. Yes, Camel Slanger. Bob Kuna. Good to see you, my friend. Finn Fisher, Jamie, thank you, Jamie, man. Appreciate your work. Me here, Trader Andy, shout out to you, man. Good stuff. Maria, good to see you, Maria. All right. Shade Kungu won't be able to join the live today. We fight for our country. Okay, man. So good luck today. Still, thank you for coming along. All right. Juan, shout out to you, man. John Sparks, amazing. Okay, yeah, let's get right into it because so many things to discuss now in regards to gold today. Because I'm looking at some things now that I think are extremely important. All right, the volume is back. We expect some more volatility as well. So, no, man, this is serious stuff. Cool. Let's make it happen. All right, so what happened here? Well, obviously the weekly now is looking stronger, right? However, that doesn't mean we're going to go up, all right? That doesn't mean we're going to stay bullish here. I'm just giving you a warning. A bullish candle formation, a flip does not by definition mean right now at the moment that this is just going to go to the moon. All right, we have a couple things to look at that potentially could lead us the other way. Not sure, all right? I'll give you both scenarios and we're going to play one of those scenarios. But again, Take that in consideration. Daily time frame. All right, candle opened with a very weak bottom wick. All right, looks a little bit different than a weekly candle. Okay, the daily candle looks not as fancy as the weekly does. Okay, so do take that in consideration. We have now been pulling back into that zone, into that gap here. We expanded. We took out the high of Wednesday the 12th, so practically the previous weekly high. We have taken out the previous weekly high as well. Okay, so that's one layer. Now take this to the 1 hour. All right, we all know at this particular moment we're still in a big range, right? We've still been ranging in this particular zone. At some point we're going to go out of it and we're going to make massive moves. It's not going to be today, most likely. Okay, at some point we will, but that's not the game that we're playing today. All right, however, if you look here on the 1 hour time frame, now it gets a little bit more important. Then look at this trend, this overall trend that we've been building, right? We have been constantly creating these higher, lower lows and lower highs internally right now. We're now back at this initial zone. We're seeing that rejection play happening as well here. So do take that in consideration. It's this right here, all right? We tapped into it once, we tapped into it twice, we tapped into it for the third time right now at this particular moment. We are now back at that exact zone. All right, that's the trend. We use this as one confluence. It doesn't mean anything. It could break, it could hold, whatever, right? It could fall back into the range deeper. So that's not enough information. Now, what is important though, is the fact that based upon this pattern, all right, we call this the CME pattern, all right, that consolidation, that manipulation into the highs. Then the NFP came along, right? Pushed price down, the news from China, whatever the case may be, you know, pushed price down, took out the lows, kept coming down here, eventually gave us a recovery, and now we're back at that initial range, okay? So this is where we are now, right? So I want to really focus on this range and not just skip it because we saw that expansion around it, all right? And what has happened around that range? Boom. We use the volume profile. If you don't know what the volume profile is and you're new, then don't worry, download the ebook. Ebook is super important, all right? Gives you all the information. It shows exactly what I mean, how you draw the profile, how to use it properly. 74 pages, download it, okay? It's free. It's on ltaconcepts.ai or click on the link in the description. Then you will get it, okay? So use it. It's gonna be very useful. So again, what happened here? Well, we have two key levels. Let's draw these levels, all right? We have the fixed value area high. And I'll tell you why this is an important zone. And really a maker or breaker here. And a fixed POC, right? What is the fixed POC? In this whole range that we have been accumulating before the NFP, the 2343, 2344 is one of the most important levels. Most orders have been executed right at that exact level. Buyers and sellers have been battling around that level, trying to see who the winner was. Well, in this case, we came up, we came down eventually. And let's also draw that tunnel. We call this a tunnel between two key levels. All right. We call that a tunnel play. So let's highlight this, what we call a tunnel play right here. Let's extend it. Boom. Let's get it in. And let's check what happened here. All right. Rejection. Clear rejection at this particular level. And that combination of that trend. All right. Do take that very serious. So we have both the rejection of that fixed POC and that rejection of that particular trend. All right. However, let's take this to the 30-minute now. All right. And let's look at our indicator. All right. The limitless LTA concept session breaks and New York Stock Exchange Sunday open indicator. It shows you practically everything that happened on each specific trading day. Okay. This is the Monday. This is the Tuesday. This is the Wednesday. And now we're into the Thursday, obviously. Right. So we opened bearish on a Monday. Right. We tried to came up during London. Eventually came down, set in the low. And then later on New York, after the New York Stock Exchange open, we recovered. We came back to the highs. Asia was consolidating. London pushed us down. New York recovered super aggressively into the opening price of the week. Yesterday was the bank holiday, so we started to range. And then today was the day where we broke out of it and we reclaimed the opening price of the week. So we're now trading above the opening price of the week, which is 2332.75. All right. On the opening price of the week, we saw a clear entry model 1 that you could see here. All right, let me know if you guys can see it. Type in a yes if you see the entry model, right? Wick number 1, wick number 2, wick number 3. Clear entry model 1 right here, entering on the break, right? Stop loss below, targeting the gap or the highs or whatever the case may be here. So that's a clear entry model 1. It's the retest of the Sunday open, right? And I said there are two scenarios. Either we're going to break down and we're going to look for continuation down, or we might set in an M formation. That M formation is still possible, all right? Or we reclaim the throne and we start to really break above this level here. And I think from that breakout, all right, we look for serious upside potential. All right, if this breaks and we break above it, then I think the first step is to retest, you know, the 2257 and come back all the way to these highs right here. All right, or retest that initial high, that set in that lower low, then reclaiming that higher high. That would result into a breakout, that would result into a confirmation and a potential continuation at least back up here. So that's a serious move, right? We're talking 300 pips to the upside right here. However, we are not there yet. All right, we are not there yet. We are now still below that exact level that where we got rejected from. Very strong level, the 2344. All right. So what we're doing, in essence, we're kind of hovering in between these two levels here. So now let's take that information and let's go to the dollar. All right, the dollar is indeed trading below the opening price for now. Right, it's pushing back. Right, the Sunday open is holding us back. The main reason why we're pushing back now is because of the opening price. That's a key level of resistance for the dollar. All right. So if that happens, gold is going to potentially push. You can see it already. You know, when gold is pushing now, the dollar is coming down. The correlation is much stronger than yesterday. That is because there is much more volume. So therefore, dollar is back. All right. We take that very, very serious. Now, the other layer is the 10-year yield. And the 10-year yield is doing something interesting. All right. It's potentially showing us internal structures, all right, of a higher high and a higher low at this particular moment, at least. All right. At the same time, yes, we have been trending downwards. So we were looking weaker. That's the reason why gold was trending upwards, right, in this particular wave. So at this particular moment, you can see that the yield was trending down, but based upon that retest, we're now holding up above very strong support as well here. So we have that strong support for the yield, and that yield support is sitting roughly around here, okay? And I just want you to be aware that we're also looking at a potential break. So if you take this to the 1 hour time frame, all right, there is a chance that this might get broken and the news can come out. So who knows what's going to happen here, if we're going to get rejected or if we're going to break out of that particular range. If you break out of that range, there's a big chance the dollar will do the same and gold will come back down again from that same exact rejection point of 2343, 2344. All right. So how do we trade this? Well, number one, we let the news do its thing because we need to get that decision. We will either get to our key level here, all right, the 2344, and we see what happens around that exact level. That could result into a short-term short. All right. If you fall back below the Sunday open, it's pretty obvious what they want to do. I'm very bearish. I think that we can come back towards the lows, which is another 200 something pips here. There is a lot of reason for price to come back down. And if you do decide to break above, all right, then I really want to see it break above the 2050 to look for that continuation play. All right, so I hope the news is a little bit more volatile today, so we can get a clear understanding of what gold want to do here. All right, any entry model was already executed before the session, so now it's still within that range here. But again, that trend, that overall trend that you see here with these 3 touch points right now is definitely a sensitive level in combination with the 2044, which is by default a high level of interest for a lot of individuals, traders, institutions, you name it. Okay, so entries around here, potentially short, longs above the fixed value area high, and shorts below the 2332, continuation shorts 2332. All right, so that's kind of the thing I'm looking at this particular moment. Now let's go to the lower time frame. We have 2 minutes left. All right, we do have this internal range. Okay, there is a chance that this internal range will give us that rejection already and price will shoot back down here. The question is, I think it's a bit too risky because price can swipe the highs one more time. You know, our stop will be there. And then, you know, there is just not too much certainty yet. So I think that the news will give us that answer. And there are tons of opportunities from here, and from here. All right. Hope that makes sense. So very important. All right. That's my gold analysis so far here. And today is probably going to be the day where we're going to see the conclusion. And the conclusion will result into either, in my opinion, a bigger move down or a much bigger move to the upside back towards these highs that we talked about, sitting up a little bit higher. All right. So we can say it's going to do this or it's going to do that. But the best thing to do is here, use all these confluences, put them together, and then utilize it once the news has been playing out. All right. So yesterday we had some fun. Today we'll set the standard for gold here. We'll set the absolute standard for gold. The 10 seconds, fam. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Okay, bearish. So gold is pushing up. All right. For now. Gold is pushing up for now. All right. Dollar indeed pushing down. Getting rejected still from the opening price of the week. Youth getting rejected from the trend. Okay. So far, no shorts. All right. If you would have taken that short, would have been tricky. Would have been very tricky. So yeah. Good that we waited for the news here. Yeah, man. So yeah, this is actually good. We tap now into that zone again. All right. Does it mean that because of this outcome, you know, the negative data, which is actually pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad for the dollar. Okay, but you never know with news. All right, price can come down, and then before you know it, the dollar reverses, and you know, you're like, yeah, but the news says it was bearish. Yeah, well. Usually, but it's you have seen it right now. You know how it goes. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt. Obviously, this will be priced in at some point. The cumulative outcomes of multiple news events will get to somewhat of a conclusion. But again, we're gonna see how effective this actually is gonna be. For now, that rejection of the fixed PVC is still very solid. Very important. And it's gonna be very hard to break out, to be honest. Based on what I see now, it's gonna be very hard to break out. If their desire was to break out, then it was probably now. Then this was the moment. Maybe there's some sort of lagging, you know, period where it can come later on, but you know, the New York Stock Exchange open, for example, but no, man, this doesn't make me bullish. Doesn't make me bullish right now. Lower time frame. That rejection is holding here. That initial fixed range is holding here. Why do we use fixed ranges? Well, this is where gold is at. Gold is in a massive higher time frame range right now. Still, what we're in essence doing even now is we're practically trading the internals, because this overall bigger range is just one big daily consolidation. That's all it is right now at the moment. Okay, so the way the daily candle here looks like, that rejection looks like, it is very interesting. Pushing price down into that range where we're stuck in for days doesn't make sense. Why not? Why wouldn't it? It could easily be that we consolidate, we expand, we come down, we create an M formation, and we reverse. There's no way around. There's definitely a possibility. So, yeah, coming back in that range, I also think that if you start coming below the Sunday open, that there is a bigger chance of a follow through. I do agree with you. Dollar holding. So not that convinced. Yield pushing back up. Not that convinced. So first 50-minute candle is important. Let's see how we close. So far this high is holding. Dollar is getting bought up. So that was the news for today. Nothing crazy, but important though. But I've been trading against the news so many times now. It's you know, it's definitely not my most important short-term confluence where I'm saying, okay, so this is bad for the dollar, so the dollar has to come down. Maybe the first approach, the first reaction, but I'm not impressed. You can always look at the lower time frame trend, but what I see now is a consolidation, a manipulation into our key level, and a breakdown. That's potentially an entry model 3, just so you guys know. That's definitely potentially something that we're looking at, right? We are aware of this move. Tapped into the fixed PUC again, flawlessly, like we did before. And on the 30-minute, this could result into an M formation. This could result into somewhat of a breakdown moment here. So yeah, this next 50-minute candle is going to be important. How big is this? This is 60 pips. This is 70 pips. The retest is of course the ideal. Trade from this low towards this low. Yeah, could result into a breakdown. If that happens and you have a retest, you take the majority of your profit, but you leave a little bit running, then it could result into a continuation. That's also the case. Yeah, 50-minute. What platform do you watch for the news? The investing.com. All right, investing.com/economic calendar. Yeah, look at the yield. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking at. That yield breakout play potentially here for gold to reverse and come down. So that's that entry model 3 setup play here. You consolidate here. There we go. It's gonna be like it's like a one-to-one play, right? Yeah, I think if this information breaks the Sunday open, there is more downside. There's just going to be more potential downside here. So There we go. Yeah, so the dollar is getting pushed up. The youth is breaking out. These signals for me are showing me that even this is a lower low as well. And then this rejection. For me, this signals a potential trade. I have an idea. I'm going to risk $2,000 on this trade. Oh. Oh shit, what happened here? Okay, nothing to worry about. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to put the stops above the highs. I'm going to look for a continuation down. And if we break below the Sunday open, I might scale into my position. And look for that continuation play. Right? So my stops are now above the highs. And I'm going to target, of course, the Sunday open. I'm going to actually target lower. Because I think if we come back to the Sunday open again, it's not going to be looking good for gold whatsoever. So yeah. I'm going to hold on towards this trade now. You break out dollar flipping, potentially here. Sunday openings are, of course, the first next level to really pay attention to. You have that kind of trend here, so be aware. I'm also looking at that. I'm looking at this low. So we'll see what I can do around there. My stops will be out above the highs. If you come back again, I will take the same trade. If you guys understand the entry, the reason why I entered, and type in a yes, it's important. I never want you to enter if you don't know why I'm entering, what the reason is, and if you're not standing behind it. If you start breaking below the Sunday open and we start actually coming down, then I can think about scaling or re-entering or something like that. For now, my stops are above the highs, right here. You've been ignoring your own concept, no entry model, just entry based on what? Trend line, price action. Man, I've been literally explaining it for like, what, 20 minutes straight. 20 minutes straight. You just don't pay attention, my G. And my stops are above, targeting the lows. This is gonna take a while to play out. Yeah, I think so too. How much did we came down initially? 20 pips, okay. If you want to see why I entered, what the reason is, then please look at my explanation in the beginning. Quite a serious explanation. Now the stops are obviously above the highs here, so we have definitely some room today for it to potentially come down to. The Sunday open is for me super important. The fixed POC is super important. Setting in that that W for the M formation. Now if price gets to our stop, all right, I will reevaluate. If you start breaking above the fixed very high, my initial bias is completely invalidated. And if you start to break below the Sunday open, then I will be scaling in my position even. Scaling in or potentially even, yeah, taking a new trade. This also means that if we push back and we get rejected at the fixed POC again, and we show an entry model, I will most likely also do the same thing. John says, very hard for price to go up and break that fixed POC. You must give this one time and room to even run even in some drawdown. Exactly. This is going to be one of these trades where I need to give it some room. And I have to start managing my trade again later on. Serious day today, man. Devin says, reason for this trade? I blindly entered the trade, sorry. We talked about it yesterday. Look at the youth. Okay. Yeah, looking good. I like this. I like this breakout. So what are we doing here? Well, we have this internal range. We manipulate it into our key level again. We broke the lows. That's an entry for me. This is, of course, the next target for me. And then anything below the Sunday open is a given. That's where the real move is going to happen. Same thing for gold. When we break out of this very high point, this is where the big move will happen. Most likely, this is where we're going to see the bigger play towards the upside too. Same level. If you get to the fixed PC, I have to be very cautious. Hourly closure coming. I have to be very cautious. That's why we risked around $3,000. If he the next we can lose is 4%, is $4,000. So what I'm going to pay attention to is the hourly closure, which is the 4-hour closure, and the 4-hour candle development. So we have around 6-7 minutes left. So I really want to make sure that the 4-hour doesn't wick me out, if the intention is to still come down. So far looking pretty nasty, to be honest. Juan says gold has been ranging for weeks. Yeah, overall, yes, ranging for weeks. But today is the day. Okay, I have to be very... Look at that fixed POC level, man. Look at that fixed POC level. Gold is moving like crazy again, fam. Gold Gold is back. Same as 2 days ago. Gold is doing it again. Gold is doing it again. The fixed PSC, man. What a level. What else do we have? We have a bit lower. Yeah, that fixed PSC level is that exact protection layer we've been talking about. That's why we set it above the highs, not above the candle, but above the highs. Farm does not lie, fam. These fixed PSC levels do not lie. It's not random. So based on that initial move, not the best entry now, but you know, we're definitely sitting at the right zone here. It's a serious rejection. Yeah, a serious rejection. So I'm really gonna let it play out, man. I'm gonna give it more time. That's it. It's gonna give it more time. See where it takes us. Yeah, that 4-hour closure is gonna be super key. All the haters in the chat gone in a second. That's funny. They will come back maybe if we're going drawdown again. But the real G's get it. They understand that is a process and that everything, you cannot make things perfect in this game. Impossible. Oh, in profit? What? No, yes, no, yes. Damn, it's crazy, man. Gold is on a run. Youth is going crazy. Dollar is sitting there. If it goes and it flips bullish. Yeah, the 4-hour close in 1 minute. Man, it's crazy. The volatility is crazy, fam. So I wish you all the best. But gold is on a rampage. Gold is on a rampage. Yeah, it's practically manipulating both sides now, internally. The 4 hour is now closed. So the 4 hour candle has now begun its journey. So I think we're gonna come up one more time. I will not be surprised at least. I told you today is a serious day. No joking around today, that's for sure. All right, yield officially closed outside of this. Dollar is still holding up. It's still doing its best. It's consolidating here, so we're waiting for the dollar to make a decision. Please, dollar, don't betray us. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange will do it. Are you still in? I'm still in. Yeah, I'm still in. I think we need to come up a bit more drawdown, to be honest, now. To set in the top. But based on what I'm currently seeing, I'm more bearish. Maybe not in the short term now, but like over time. If you do reclaim the throne, then my bias will be completely invalidated above the 2248. Took in 1 minute. I think we need to come up one more time, to be honest. Well, let's see. Also, a tremendous amount of people bought. Also, I can guarantee you that. All right, I'm gonna stick to this last 15 minutes, see how we develop. This is obvious. This is obvious. This is interesting. This now internally will help us define what will happen in the short term. So that's 50 minutes. So what we look at, we're looking to potentially scale in later. Up or down. It doesn't actually matter now. Lorenzo, are you natty? Yes, I'm natty. As natty as you can get. All right, I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. So what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to take some risk off the table. Right around our entry here. Around 30%. Around 30%, something like that. Okay. So we've done that. Now, what I want to do is the following. I want to go and look at this level. The 20, 40, 80, 49 is a super important level. It's a 20. It's the fixed very high. I want to work around a way where I can look into a scale of my position, because I'm leaning bearish. I see. But I'm not going to close it completely because I still want to be in position right now. Yeah, that's the better way for sure. So I will let you guys know in a second here in regards to potential extra trade. At least tell you what I'm doing. So we're close to around 30% around our entry already, which will give me a little bit more room with my standard risk when price shoots up for potential second trade. I don't know why Vantage is just entering it such a gap on my position. I know what account you have, number one. And you trade from TradingView, you said? I'm usually not a big fan of TradingView with broker charts like that. I always like to use Owanda or FXCM. I'm talking about license, not what he's doing outside. Yeah, so what the thing is about that is because we started out with 0.5%, and that's typical, and you scale it up to 2% or 4%, now we're risking 5%, 4 to 5% per trade, is you're gonna have points where you can start with 0.5%, make a bunch of money, then the 1 to 2%, you start winning, making a bunch of money, then you start doubling your risk, and then you're gonna get in a couple losses and you're back at square one. So you have to really look at a long-term vision for this, where our ideal is, like we said before, after 200 trades, or sorry, 100 trades, we want to be at around 7 to 8% per trade. And we want to stick with that. And then it's done. And that's just New York, not trading outside, only trading gold. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we have the 50-minute closure now. 30 minutes coming along. So there is a chance if you pull up that I'm gonna look for re-entry somewhere up here. I need to see how price develops if you decide to continue. The maximum risk is 5K. So it can definitely still go up. All the buyers left the chat already. But anyways, don't worry, it could still definitely go there. But we just manage it. Yeah, I still like what the dollar is doing. I like what the yield is doing. Even at retracement makes sense. Gold dropping. I've seen gold lags silver, and silver is dropping. This happening for gold and LTA soon. Silver is dropping already, yeah. So it could also be not a good sign, but like I said before, we'll sit it out for now. Would you be annoyed if someone were to live trade your strategy? I always wonder why people have such a scarcity mindset. Like, why would I be annoyed if somebody uses my strategy? Like, why would I care if somebody uses my strategy live on stream? People can do whatever they want. All right? People can do whatever they want, when they want, how they want to do it. I'm watching YouTubers, other live streamers, we promote them. I really do not care. I love it. I would love to see more people trading live, showing what they got and learn from. I would love it. I would love it. A scarcity mindset will get you absolutely wrecked. Trying to keep everything for yourself. No, these are my viewers. You need to get rid of that, man. Because you're not gonna grow, man. No abundance, no growth. So let's, what did you do so far? We closed 30%. So we reduced our risk of this trade. The next step is to, so this is serious consolidation. The next step is to let price do its thing a little bit. Choose one direction. If it's down, fantastic. If it's up, I'm gonna look at how far can we go. And other potential scenarios where we could move around our stop, get back to our initial risk, which will decrease the risk to reward. So the only way to do that is by adding on a second position. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to move our stops. So for now, I'm waiting to see what happens around the 30-minute. See what we can do. Something like this. Stops above. Targeting the zone, same level. Move the stop there. Something like that. We'll see how it goes. If that's the case, preferably after manipulation. Yeah, the yield looking good, man. The yield looking good. It's the dollar. It's the dollar. Your stop loss G, I never liked it, but your key levels is what I use and passed from that account within 2 days only. Your key levels are insane. Yeah, these levels are no joke for sure. Might be looking much more at limit orders also later. Give that a try as well. But I'm not there yet, 100%. With working with limit orders from these levels. So we're not there yet, but we're getting close. Those limit order trades, RR will be insane. Yeah, exactly. But we need to see what I need to. I'm still testing things. Yeah, still testing things. That's for sure. But there is definitely potential. Yeah, there's definitely some potential here. Okay, New York open in a sec. If you push up, looking to get into a second position potentially. World is about to be massive, about to be wild at NYSA. Oh yeah, 100%. We're gonna see this now. Right now. Alright, so I'm gonna move my initial stops to the fixed value high, which is there. We have it already closed our position. And I'm looking at a new entry of our trade. When you manipulate potentially the highs, stuff's gonna be there as well. I'm gonna target the same lows initially, and also have a look at the major TP point, which will be the Sunday open. This will be market entry. Adding to a losing trade is the worst thing you could do. I mean, everyone has their decision, right? Everyone says that this is bad and this is good and this is bad. Well, if that's the case, then how much money are you making? Why only 100k account? You want the real answer, the cool answer, or the real answer? Bitcoin. Crypto. I cannot sit around and don't do anything while the markets are at the lows. I need to, you know, we have a massive crypto section as well. We have been invested in crypto for a long time, and we have just been stacking and stacking and stacking into specific projects we believe in. Private, venture. So yeah, man, I'm sitting this one out. Yeah, adding to a losing position is bad if you eventually came out losing much more than you initially planned to lose. So let's say we talk about, for example, 4 to 5%. That's what I'm willing to lose, right? So I know this is the maximum I can lose. That's the main reason why we closed 30% of our position of the first trade on break even. We got out 30%. Because if you wouldn't, and I would scale into my position and I would increase my stop loss, then it becomes suddenly a problem, because then I start risking more. And then, yeah, obviously adding to your losers is a bad idea, right? You start out with this, you don't plan to increase, so yes, of course. So we closed our position partially, still want to be in it. And if price moves up and it shows me what I want to see, then I scale in. All right, but it also depends on the way we're forming around that level, roughly. So what are you willing to lose? Yeah, $5,000, not more than that. Strategies are also imperative, but it's about combining them all together. Yeah, I agree. Look at multiple confluences. So we're using trend lines sometimes, but we're also aware of the profile. We're also aware of the delta. We're also aware of the structure. We're also aware of other strategies potentially. What do you think of the NASDAQ after this massive push up? Let's see, man. Let's see. Yeah, NASDAQ is on a crazy man. NASDAQ is on a crazy run. Did the same thing again today, or sorry, this Monday. The same thing the NASDAQ tends to do a lot. It constantly is creating that reaction from the opening price of the week. So I really like that. It's super nice. It's super trending. Breaking down, breaking up. Expansion came up. I think Tuesday was perfect. Failure high. Tapped into that level 19,875. Then the next day, a little bit less good. Was not as clean. Yeah, I think what we're doing now is we're just following, and we're just reacting from that initial trend now. And the combination of all the days together, cumulative. Major level is going to be this one, man. 19,916. But so far it seems that we're reacting from this zone. These are kind of the levels I'm looking at. If you start breaking below that, then back to the Sunday open. We're kind of looking at this, looking for confirmations here. If you break down, Sunday open. If you bounce, continuation. Something like that. Okay, we're indeed going up now. So we're kind of waiting for that move. I think the goal is to go for these highs. If that's the case, then I'm going to evaluate from there. Have you been watching Danvo? I have never seen you in drawdown like this. Bro, we're all going through stages, man. Stages, phases, you know, ups and downs. That's what matters, man. It's just part of the game. That's it. I have an idea. I have a trading idea. If my trading idea doesn't play out, then it is what it is. But there's one thing that's clear, and that's that the risk is obvious, right? We know what the risk is. I mean, if I find a trader that never loses, I mean, good luck. So what I want to see really is I want to see the reaction around obviously this zone as well. But I would prefer to see the highs getting taken out and falling back into the range. If that happens, I'll re-enter. Or sorry, add on a second trade. If you don't get the confirmation, there's no need to start risking more and hoping for the best. Then I lose 3%. All right, this moment, important moment, man. Last 15 minutes gonna be so key. Gonna be so key. How deep are we? We're pretty deep. We're pretty deep at the moment. We're pretty deep in drawdown, yeah. Our stop is $3,000. Our second one entry will come potentially after this. Okay, this is good. Well, let's see. Are you looking for an entry model or a marked entry? Marked entry. But it's the same thing. It can be based upon an entry model, but it can also be based upon disclosure. But for now, not yet. No need to risk more if you don't get the second confirmation. Keep in mind, we still have to fix value high there. Right, it's still there. No extra trade yet. Lorenzo, have you ever lost 2 trades in a stream? In one stream? No. But we're not in this trade yet, so we'll see. Maybe today's the day, who knows? We'll see. Minutes, yeah? What music are you listening to? We're listening to Giant's Nest. At least that's how it's, that's the artist. Giant's Nest. Yeah, I really want to see this close below though. Otherwise, we're it's not going to be looking good. All right, we still have the fixed very high. And we still have a little bit more room around this exact level here. It's a serious level. We have been looking at it before. The last thing that I want is to get swiped out of my position when that's the exact rejection. So I need to be very cautious around here. Around the stop loss area. See if it's if it makes sense to close it right away. Or to leave us a little bit more room, because like we said, 4% is what we risk in max, 3% is what we will lose, and the last thing that you want is this. So I'm just gonna observe that. But if you do close a 5-minute candle above it, I just close my position right away, like for sure. So I'm gonna put them together. Oh, I'm gonna put them together now. It's very important. We're getting closer. So I really want to see how we react. And if you close a certain candle above it, I'm out, and I'll take my loss. Do it close it? No. Why? There is still level there, which I think is important. When my whole bias is invalidated today, if we close above it. Well, I gave you the opportunity. I gave the solution as well. I said, if we close above this level, I'm looking for much more bullish continuation. That's gonna result into a breakout. We're gonna retest the highs there. Potentially. If you do break below the Sunday open, madness, all right? Madness. Would have also been a scale in our position. There is still one level, however, and that's the 2049. So I really want to see what happens around that level. Why don't you close the half of the loss? We close 30% on our entry. So 35, so that's, we're almost there. We're almost at that level now. The risk too much? I don't think 4 to 5% is too much. I don't think it's too much. We're down 2.5 now, to around 2.3. Okay, this is kind of now it gets interesting. We're getting close to our key level. You can't use trend lines on gold. You have to be reading price. Yeah, I agree. Not just trend lines, no. Adrian says all the snakes coming out when the trash going red. That's why some are poor and low-minded. W. Lorenzo. Bro, this is normal, bro. This is the YouTube game. This is the YouTube game. This is how it should be. This is completely fine, bro. No problem. Yeah, I'm paying very close attention to the 23.49. So I'm gonna play around with that level. And we're heading to the hourly candle closure. Hourly closure done. 10. I hope we get to this level now, actually. I hope we react from it, because I can't short beforehand. So I really need to see what happens around around this zone now. All right, we're getting there now. Closer. No need to scale in. Current risk 3.5%. Let's see. No need to go. No need to get in. All right, that's our final stop. No need to get in here. Unless we fall back below the 2249, that's it. 3.5%. Or 3%, sorry. It's still below our regular 4% risk. Three to 5% per trade was big. You need to manage. No, 5% is the max. We said after 50 trades, we're going to risk 5%. If you're then, I said it, if you're going to enter a losing streak where we're going to increase our risk, then all the previous trades were for shit. But now the party actually starts. Now we start really going. Because the goal is to get it to 7-8%. But for now, we'll remain with our 4 to 5%. All right, stop. Almost hit. GG, fam. GG. We went the other way around. So my bias completely destroyed, completely invalidated. At least my trade bias, right? We said if price comes back above the 23.49, it's gonna be it's gonna hold. It's gonna be very strong. We're gonna go, in my opinion, higher. So GG, fam. My bias, my shell bias, completely got murdered today. Completely. Let's look at the chat for a second. Let's see what the chat is saying. What's this? Trades by Starkey. Let's see if he won. Oh, I thought he was a channel. We could promote him. How come suddenly all haters come when he's losing, but they're nowhere to be found when he's winning most of the times? Bro, it's no problem, man. Trust me, this is the YouTube game. If you haven't experienced this before, this is how people are. This is what people love. This is this makes them feel better about themselves. That's the true nature. But in reality, they're jerking off every morning. They wake up tomorrow morning, they will jerk off again. So that's their life. So yeah, this is normal, fam. Like for people that are not used to hate or haters, trust me. It's gonna only, the bigger we get, the worse it's gonna get. The worse it's gonna get, the bigger we get. For sure. Yeah, but we have to also accept defeat. And today was one of these days here, right? We saw our entry model there. We said, all right, we wanted to get back down. We wanted to take out the sell side that was built up here. We wanted to look for the continuation. We want to have a TP point at the Sunday open. We said if price comes above here, sell buy is out of the window completely. So I'm just gonna evaluate here. The hourly has also has closed above it. So yeah, the question now is what's gonna happen here? Are we gonna consolidate again? Have like a next consolidation phase, and make a move here. But we're gonna see. So yeah, the lesson is, number one, always know what you're willing to lose. And whenever you move stops or anything like that, don't move stops to just increase the amount of risk. So if you say I'm going to risk 1% and your stop will be ending up at a 3%, there is a problem, right? So make sure you manage your risk accordingly whenever you do so. And that it always fall within the maximum loss ratio. Always. What time does the stream start? Around 8. Around 8 every day. Okay. Now this is now it's like it's really next level strong. Okay. Now we're heading into that move here. The only valid entry models are any retracement to look for the continuations here, but I said today is the pivotal moment. Today is the day where we're gonna experience the big move. It went up. It went up. Yeah. We also have to accept there is a good community here that supports you and needs your support. It's just a single trade, bro. It's just a single trade. Yeah, people make it so... they blow it up so much. Yeah, it's just... I don't know what the reason is, but like... It's a single trade. Time for a revenge trade? Depends. That depends. Let me highlight this. I said today from the beginning, today is a serious day. Not many jokes today. I said it from the beginning. And the main reason is because gold was on serious motion. We knew it was coming. Yeah. Lorenzo, I think you neglect the fundamentals a bit, especially with gold. You may pay more attention. Yeah, explain me why. Go on, tell me. The news. Okay. What else? So this move down has nothing to do with fundamentals. But this move up had to do with fundamentals. Or what? Because that's what we're doing. Your risk management was nice. Yeah, thank you, man. Make sure that your risk management stays nice here. There was a reason why we closed our trade. Partially. Let's see what else we have. So, yeah, dollar now yield is pushing back. Next series level 4.296%. Dollar is holding up, right? It's still holding up. I'm still kind of impressed with how strong the dollar is doing. So now things are getting, now things get very interesting, to be honest, because we now have broken above all our critical levels. We got heavily rejected from it multiple times. We now broke through it. Yeah, I can look at the 2048 and the 2043 once again to see what's happening here. So I might still do that. No revenge trading, but like we literally said at the beginning, if we break above the 2050, we pull back. Then we know what we're looking for. Even if we lose, we're still on a W and follow LTA. Thank you, man. Who is this? Carry TR. Shout out to you. Never risk more than 5%. Yeah, so like I actually said it. I said, if we start increasing our risk and we're heading into a losing streak, then that's going to be detrimental because you're going to increase your risk, right? And then you enter a losing streak. So if you then enter a losing streak, yeah, then it's then you lose out. But in the long term, it should spread itself out here. Otherwise, we would not even start doing it whatsoever. So very important for us that we stay within that range and stay above that 70% range. That's the most important. 70% should be helping us out here. And at some point, there is no need to increase our risk anymore. And our risk will always be the same. Every trade, of course, the management will be different, but our maximum loss will always be the same. Always be the same. And that's where we can really start scaling into what we're doing here. Now we're just accumulating the data. At least for New York, right? I don't trade outside of New York on this account. So everything that we see is just from what we're doing here. So you need to have a long-term vision for that. Anything outside of New York, yeah, of course. Yeah, we're trading much more than just the New York session, of course. For me, lost 2.8k, but I know what I'm doing here with LTA because the same LTA made me bags of profits this whole weekdays. Exactly. Exactly. It looks like a fake out to me. I'm not that sure. I'm not that sure. If that's the case, then price needs to retrace back below that zone to come back to the Sunday Open. The second exact rule here. Okay. Now we're gonna face some serious support, I think, above the 23.49. And you know what happened before when we got rejected here. This will not be easy to break. This will not be easy to break whatsoever. You're going against the trend, so okay. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, then let's say you go against the trend here, right? Then we should just only be doing this. We should only buy here. Only use trend lines. That's it. Correct? Because what trend are we talking about? Are we talking about this trend? Or are we talking about this trend? Which trend are we talking about? Yeah, you let me know. So that's the difference. All right. That's the difference. So there's so much more things to take into consideration, and when you look at that, that's the main reason. So yeah, what do we look at? I'm just looking now, just the last thing I want to check here is how do we react around to 22.49? That's all I'm looking for. So practically, how do we retrace and how do we look for that potential continuation, right? Coming below the zone, very bad for gold. Below the 2344, very bad for gold. But now the fact that we closed above this is very strong. It's very strong. Right, the dollar is still indeed below the Sunday open. We never flipped it. Same for the youth, even though the youth is, you know, had that nice break. This break will also help us, but if you fall back and you start consolidating, then gold might just continue. So can't lie, the explanation at the beginning was worth more than the possible profit of the trade. Yeah, so analysis was good in both scenarios, right? It's easy to say after that. But we always give you, like, you know, if I'm selling, then my invalidation is this. If I'm buying, then my invalidation is this. The invalidation has been occurred now. So heavily also. So yeah, when people say, yeah, you're going against the trend, then I'm always asking the question, like, what trend do you mean? Right? Because yes, this is going up. But obviously, if you look here, this is coming down, right? So, you know, when looking at trends and stuff, this now is having my interest much more. This particular range that we had, and the volume that was traded in this range, and the closure potentially above it, potentially 4-hour closure, that implies a lot of strength for continuation. Anything below here and a break below the Sunday open would give us the opposite. So I think we might just be continuing here, and especially if the 4-hour closes, then I don't see gold stopping anytime soon until the 2357. And let me check the highs here. Sorry, 2360 and the 2370, 72. If we fall back in this range and we come back below the 2344, then yeah, I'm looking at the same continuation to the downside again. But today was the day. And I rather lose a trade and see this than being stuck in a range for weeks. So I'd rather have this now, which will give me much more better probabilities in the, you know, in the long term. What trade manager you use in a MetaTrader? It's called InvestSoft. Okay, investsoft.eu. You should check it out. Okay, I don't think gold's gonna come back, fam. So I'm just gonna take a big loss today and accept my destiny. And reevaluate. Come back tomorrow at the same time. And see where gold is headed to. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, shorter stream, big loss. No need for scaling, or like no need to look for new entries now for me personally, unless we pull back. But we don't know how long this is gonna take. 2 hours, 3 hours, and you know we also have to wait for the 4-hour candle closure to occur. So the buyers, the people that bought today, congratulations. You were on the right end of the stick, so I applaud you. And then I'm gonna be back tomorrow and yeah, break the losing streak, right? Well, losing streak, we're not in a losing streak, but anyways, get back stronger. All right, and look at the continuation. Keep a close on the 2349, 2360 and 2372. All right. And come back if you want to know why I took this trade, what the reason is, an overall analysis. Okay. It's actually playing out against me. All right. And I gave all the potential scenarios. So check it out. All right. So you understand what we're doing here. Let me check the chat. Because we have some support from the G's, of course. Very nice. Reza, thank you. Brandon, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it, regardless. Sony, Jamie, Dominic. Take care, G's. See you tomorrow. We're gonna be back. Trust the process. Ciao, ciao.
Demo.